Hello, this is Jamie Magritte. Welcome to Jamie's Craft Table. Today's video is a little bit different. Instead of a card, I recently had a question asking me how I get my glue to stand up. And this is a lid to some toothpaste. And I just glued the lid for the glue with a hot glue right inside it. And then I just put a ribbon around it so it wasn't ugly from the hot glue. And that's what I've been using. Well, since these are, you don't have one of these all the time, I came up with a paper version. This one I haven't glued in yet, but it stands up in there. So let me show you what I came up with. I'm going to start with a 5-inch square of paper. You can either use, a heavier cardstock, or you can use your designer series paper. And then I have a 5-inch by 1.5-inch strip that I folded in half, and another piece that's 1.5 inches by 2 inches to put inside there to add a little bit more substance or weight to it. Okay, and let's bring in our scoring tool. And all you're going to do is score it every inch. So it's 5 inches, so we're going to score it at 1 inch, at 2 inches, at 3 inches, at 4 inches, and we're going to turn it 90 degrees, just one turn, and we're going to do the same thing. 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. So let me show you on this one. I'll do it with the pen so you can actually see. So we're going to do whoops, that would help if it drew, wouldn't it? 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, turn it, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and 4 inch. Okay, so that's how you're going to score it. That's what your scoring lines are. Okay, now these outside ones are going to come off completely. Those 4 outside ones, we're going to cut those off completely. These 2 will come off. So all of those will come off. Okay? Then we're going to go around in every bring in my template. On these ones, these squares here, on one of them we're going to cut up here. Then we're going to turn it. And on the next one, we're going to cut up here. And then we're going to turn it. And the next one we're going to cut up here. And turn it. And the next one we're going to cut up here. That way, we're not going to need any glue to assemble this part. Okay, so let's bring in our scissors. And I'll show you what I mean. So we can go ahead and snip out this outside corner altogether. All the way around, snip off that outside corner, and you probably want to make sure you're cutting off the score line, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Make sure I'm in frame here. So cut off those outside corners. Where's that score line? There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut off these other 2 corners. Probably be easier if I folded all of these. Let's do it from the back side. I can actually see the scores. Maybe not. these all cut off. I'm almost done here. Hold on, I just realized my husband's got the TV on. Sorry about that, I just remembered it and realized it was on. He had it on and then he went to work. Alright, so that's what we have right now. Okay, now we're going to do this part where we're cutting these ones. So we're going to cut this one here. I'm going to cut this crease line off here. Okay, then I'm going to turn it. And I'll cut up this way. And I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to cut up this one. Turn it and cut up this one. So there's quite a bit of cutting, but this is what you end up with. Looks like that. Okay, so let's crease all these creases. Okay, so these little tabs are going to go into the inside of the box. So we're going to lift up one side, fold this tab in. Then we're going to lift up the next side, fold this tab in, lift up the next side, fold this tab in, and this tab gets folded inside. So we have a little box like that. It looks like a box. Okay, and this one needs the score line cut off of it. Alright, so now we just take these and tuck them inside. See, like that. It's a little no glue box, see? Doesn't have to be perfectly square, but it isn't because I didn't cut those perfectly, okay? Then you have all these little extra pieces to make an inchy card with. Okay, then we're going to come in with this piece and the piece. So this is 1.5 by 5 and this is 1.5 by 2.5, and we're going to go ahead and glue that in there. So I just put glue. Well, it helps. This one I haven't glued opened yet today. There it goes. Alright, glue on both of these sides. You don't want so much glue that it's oozing out, but you want enough glue that it's going to stay. Set that in on the fold. Close it up. Okay, that's our base. Then we're going to bring in our box. We're going to put glue along the bottom of the box. Again, you want to cover the whole thing, but you don't want a huge soppy amount. You just want a little bit over the whole thing. And then I put it on diagonally like this. Okay, and there's our box. And I just realized I folded this backwards, but that's alright, it works. Okay, then we're going to take our glue. You can either use it like this, or you can take your hot glue gun. And hold on, I forgot to plug it in, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Got my glue gun plugged in. Hopefully it's getting hot. And all I did was put some glue in the bottom. Well, it's not quite hot yet. Well, I filled up a little in the bottom and I stuck this in. I have done one here. It's not quite as pretty because it was my sample, and then I put a decorative piece over the top because I just did it in black, and I used a die cut instead of that rectangle shape, but this is easier. we can get the glue to come out, would be wonderful. Aha, I see why. I had it on low. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I got the glue coming out now. So basically, I just took my glue gun and I filled the bottom with as much glue as I could get in there. When the glue gun's really hot, it comes out much faster. You want to get enough so that it oozes up the side of it and holds it in place. You don't have to make a new one every time. You can just change the lid out if you want to, if it's not too glued up. A little bit more. Okay, and I just took my bottle and I stuck it down in the glue and let it to cool. Let me show you a couple other ones other options. Now this one is just a decorative watering can that I had laying around, and you'll see it's not pretty inside. I don't know if you can see in there. I just glued the lid inside it, and then as you're using it, you just set it in there, and then when you're done for the day, you just tighten it down. Gives you a way to stand it up, keep the glue coming out the tip. Okay, and that's what this is, except this is a lid to a toothpaste that I had. Okay, well, thank you for joining me at Jamie's Craft Table. I hope that helped a little bit. Hope you can find a little bit of time to play with some stamps, ink, and paper. And again, I used a 5-inch square. I scored it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Took out those 3 corners and just cut one slit in those little tabs. Folded it up, and then I had the 1.5 by 5-inch folded in half with another 2.5 by 1.5-inch piece that I glued inside of there to make the base so that it was sturdy enough so it didn't tip over. Glued that on the bottom, and then I just added glue on the inside. And when it cools, it's not quite cool, I'm afraid. I'm going to dislodge it, but there you go. Just unscrew it. And then you got your little base. You can stick your thing in there as you're working. It works pretty well. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day.